Give me that bottle cap. You give me that. What time is it?
It's
no.
We gotta play the game. He's gonna make us play the game. He's gonna make us introduce ourselves and everything. This freaking guy.
I don't even think I have JAQLINE's voice ready.
Welcome back to the Winged Badger Tavern, where friends tell stories. My name is Josh. I'm joined by some of my friends. Friends, introduce yourselves. Let's start here and go that way.
Oh, hello. I am one of Josh's many friends.
My multitude of friends.
That's good. That's good. He told us to really sell that he has friends.
Yeah.
I'm Trevor. I'm playing Astro, who is a lucky explorer who works for a living.
How's it going, guys? I'm Tyler. I'm also one of Josh's many friends. And I'm playing Ronan, who is a tongue-tied explorer who also sailed beneath the Jolly Roger.
Hello, I'm Cleo. I'm also one of Josh's friends. He has many friends. Some of them go to a different school. I play JAQLINE, the jet-assisted quantum learning interstellar navigational engine AI.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm Mike. I'm a lone wolf, and I play Mark Buddy, a clumsy adept who talks to the system.
And I'm just getting that Venmo to you three sorted out. You could have done better.
No, that's okay. No, I'll never lie.
I'm Josh, the Winged Badger Game Master. I'm dressed as Captain Chet Gamma, but I'll be playing everybody else. But right now, it's not me we're hearing from.
Oh.
Right now, the camera zooms through the many winding hallways of the Spirit of Inquiry down to the lower decks, Deck 7, to the crew bunk rooms, where it enters through the sliding door that closes behind it, and we see Astro seated at the little work desk thing in his bunk room. No decorations, hardly anything on the walls except that one Union poster with all the safety regulations has been taped up lovingly by the door. We see 4 identical hazardous material vests hung very neatly in the closet, spaced at precise increments left to right. And then Astro is just at his data pad using the little stylus to write.
My dearest Amalthea, this experience has been unlike any other I have been through, and it feels like it has only just begun. I regret the conversation we parted on, and I cannot undo it. I can only promise that matters will be resolved, and we will be alleviated of it upon my return. We can begin our next chapter stress-free and live the life we've been longing for. Our shipboard AI, JAQLINE, found some space anomalies, and upon further investigation discovered it was emanating from a strange planet. I was sent there as the engineer of the team, Drop Squad, to establish the operating base and conduct the initial setup and investigation of said planet. This planet, we are designating as Green One, not my first choice, but good enough, had vines at its core, and they held the planet together. But the vines had this strange gravity to them, making it difficult to navigate and easy to lose your way. One minute you're on the planet, the next you're drifting off the rock towards a vine. As we are setting up equipment, a corrosive cloud is drifting towards us, and further analysis showed it's destroying most things that didn't have a protective shield, so we had to cut our expedition short in the name of staying alive. Unfortunately, my best friend Ronan, the chef, got caught up in a cave, so I had to go and rescue him, but he stumbled upon a deposit of cosmetalene, which is huge since we have not found any yet. Sadly, we had to leave before harvesting it to avoid the acid cloud at all. We've had some close calls, but Simon is still thriving, so I have full faith we will make it back. I've been told these letters could take upwards of a few months to send, so I'll send updates as things happen, but it won't be real time like we are used to. I hope all is well with you. With all my love, Astro.
The camera backs out of Astro's bunk room. The time's still pretty late in the evening, probably 1 a.m. Alpha time, and moves up through the Spirit of Inquiry to one of the upper decks. I believe it's deck 4, the research deck, where everything is powered down, lights are off. outside, the blue glow of emissive nebula Alpha 1 kind of illuminates just a tiny amount of kind of reflected light in the space. And lit by that dim blue glow, we see another person who's up late working. We see Adelaide MacArthur, the ship's spectrologist, sitting at her data pad. Beside her are 2 different sample containers. In one of them, we see 2 little motes of strangely colored dust sort of orbiting each other, kind of floating gently in the canister. And in the other, we see a small clipping of some kind of plant life thing. Next to Adelaide, very close to the sample container with the plant life in it, holding a monocle that's got like a little bit of gearing and stuff on the front of it to zoom in and out, is Kaya Smith, the ship's botanist. And the 2 of them are kind of examining what's beside them. Adelaide, again, typing into her data pad. I've designated the strange plant Stellaris gravitina hedera, and it has some interesting characteristics. First thing of note is that there are celestial patterned leaves sticking out of the plant shoots that seem to be at the densest point of the vine itself. Along the length of the vine, I can see small little grass-like shoots popping up. They appear to have enough mass and inertia within them that even a small length of them is enough to displace stone. And I'm assuming that the root system, which would normally generate some kind of gravitational effect, is perhaps the densest of the entire plant. What's interesting is that even without it, the SGH appears to be exerting some sort of gravitational influence. She looks to her right on the other sample we've collected, which we believe to be cosmetylene based on its isometric signature and its atomic weight. And yet, none of the other gravitational effects remain now that the plant has been cut. Our ship's botanist so far has refused to speak, too entranced by the plant itself, but also has offered no explanation for why this might be. And we're going to need a longer sample, I think, to try and figure out how this gravitational displacement functions. In the meantime, I think that it is of great note for any scientific research development that if we see small shoots of grass poking through rock, we can expect some of the other symptoms that our forward research team, the so-called drop squad, reported, such as disorientation, nausea, slight fluctuations of gravity or anomalies in the weight of the things you're carrying, and that if we see the leaves begin to punch through the surface, we can assume we're getting closer to the roots and therefore into more dangerous areas of study. Then she types a little signature thing at the end of it, kind of designates the classification of the report and sends it off. The camera then cuts back down to probably the server room, I would think, where Mark Putty and JAQLINE, having just finished kind of a harrowing experience with Dean Lagrange 3 or 4 hours ago, that ended with you installing Dean Lagrange's moral ethics and authority subroutine into JAQI. Luckily, you were able to do the installation in such a way that the program itself is kind of quarantined off in like a cybersecurity sandbox sort of thing for study. And as far as you know, Dean was not aware that you did this. We haven't asked him because that would give it away. But to the best of your knowledge, Dean doesn't know that this happened. And so now we kind of come into the room where we see JAQLINE, the little holographic bunny, and Mark Putty, up late, kind of just taking a look at this subroutine. If you want to. If you don't want to, then never mind. We'll skip that scene.
Take a peek at it.
This has a lot of code to it. I'm not sure where there could be any place to hide something.
I'm going to roll in task to try to see if I can't find anything that seems out of place.
Certainly.
I remember how to play.
The classification on this particular subroutine is designated as classified grade 7, making this a difficulty 7 task with a target roll of 21.
You could do that. Easy.
All right.
Child's play.
Actually, I'm going to use lab analysis.
Okay.
That's 3 intellect points. It will take 2d20. Yes. Minutes to complete. But it should give me something. I can give you more detail on what that means.
I'm pretty sure lab analysis only refers to physical things. Can you just check the description? I could
Sure.
be wrong. I just want to make sure.
Analyze the scene of the crime, site of the mysterious incident, or a series of unexpected phenomena, and maybe learn a surprising amount of information about the perpetrators, the participants, or the forces responsible. To do so, you must collect samples from the scene. Samples are paint, wood, scrapings, dirt, photography, photographs of the area, hair, a corpse, etc. I would
say that the quarantine code kind of feels like
A
you've
sample.
collected a sample of something. Sure. So what I'll do then, since this is saying collect a sample, and we've got your code quarantined, in order to analyze it, you're going to have to take the risk of taking one line of that code out of context and bringing it into your full processing matrix.
What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, it's only one code.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. All right.
Can I possibly assist her by using one of my new abilities, coaxing power? Boost the power function of a machine or function within it says within a node, so I don't know if you'll know that.
Sure.
So that it operates at one level higher than normal for an hour. So just kind of give her a little kind of bit of boosting operational power to better handle
If
this
you
task.
want to connect JAQI to the Spirit of Inquiry's data sphere to do this analysis, then you would be able to log into the same node and use that ability to assist her.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? I'm so tired. My stomach is empty from throwing up several times.
I will say, I would count, in this instance, the server room counts as a lab when it comes to analyzing
Totally.
code,
100%. Yeah.
which would ease the task.
Okay.
I'm going to hit it with everything I can.
I know you are.
We're going to hit it with anticipation.
Sure. And then Mark assisting you is going to help. His ability, I believe, will ease it by 1 step for you. And then also, because he is assisting you, there is an action aid another player in the Cypher system. When you aid another player, you ease their task by 2. So he's providing 2 assets to your roll.
Okay.
So that's your 2 assets. You can still use skills, ciphers, or effort to lower the difficulty.
I believe this counts as a skill up here, right? The lab analysis.
Yes.
And then I have effort and...
And 1 more skill that you can use to use
Well,
it.
then
If you can
that
make
would be
another-
anticipation.
Okay.
Yeah. So that lowers it by 4. And then I'm going to use 2 levels of effort.
Okay. So that will lower it 6
Oh, no,
steps.
I'm tier 1. I can only use 1 level of effort.
I will lower it 5 steps to a difficulty 2 task with a target roll of 6.
I got this.
You can do it.
I got this.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
Nat 20,
let's go.
you get all the points you just spent back. And you succeed with a major effect.
Yeah.
In this instance, I'm going to decide your major effect, and I'll come back to it
That's
after
fair,
I tell you
'cause I have no
the
idea what
results
I'm-
of your success.
Right.
So here's what you learn, and I'll just kind of give you the list of the details you find. This is, in fact, a subroutine to do with ethics, authority, and morality. At its core, what you've been given is exactly what he said it was. It's something to try and teach you about ethics and morality.
Okay.
It includes behavioral and decision-making overrides based on rank. So it's not like he's putting a backdoor into your code, but it's saying things like, if Captain Gamma tells you to do something, it will override your own decision-making processes. You have to do what he says. And because Dean is equal in rank to him, Dean's rank would qualify.
Right.
So not a backdoor, but it is an authority subroutine is in there.
Sure.
It would restrict your ability to disobey an order given from a ranking authority figure. Practically, that would be an inability to disregarding direct orders. So if you were going to try and do something that Captain Gamma told you not to, you would roll against his rank to try and, to try and disregard it. It also would add a line to your morality subroutine about prioritizing the research mission of the Spirit of Inquiry and the welfare of its crew. Practically, you would gain an inability to tasks that would endanger the SOI and its crew. So that's sort of the
That's
morality
fair.
piece of it. It also clarifies that deception is bad, particularly to the chain of command, and it adds training hooks for clarification on how to determine when deception may be an acceptable behavior versus when it wouldn't be. So this is essentially teaching you how to have a security clearance. Practically, you would gain an inability to deceit when interacting with anybody ranked higher than you on the Spirit of Inquiry. And finally, it adds an update to the code used for predictive analysis that factors in not only the physical outcome of a future action, but also the emotional and social outcomes for those like collaterally involved. So like when you're predicting the outcome of, for example, a maneuver on the dropship, in the past, you have expressed that JAQI's prediction is like, we can survive the jump. Now it would also include, how will it feel to the people in the back? You know, will they be terrified? Maybe I shouldn't do it, kind of a thing. So those are the pieces of the code. The major effect that I will give you is that when you pull this piece of code out of your little quarantine area and you essentially put it into the Spirit of Inquiry's data center, right? It goes into that node for you to analyze. You notice that a countermeasure is triggered, a level 10 countermeasure that is active somewhere in the Spirit of Inquiry's network. It's level 10. You are not a high enough tier to fully understand what it does, but you know that its reaction is code injection. So it's some kind of defense against injecting unauthorized code into the Spirit of Inquiry's data sphere. And when that thing triggers, there's some sort of alarm that will go off somewhere or somebody will get notified that is happening. You pull the plug on the data sphere before it can, so you can't actually disable it.
Right.
But you pull the plug so that it can't communicate that. So all of this happening in a matter of nanoseconds. You know, you inject the code, you get your analysis, you catch something happening, you pull the plug, the data center goes dark. Mark, you hear nothing from JAQI. She can't actually speak back to you until you turn the thing back on. But because it went dark, it will clear all of the RAM. So this little thing you injected is gone. So when it turns back on, you will have defeated that countermeasure. You'll kind of have bypassed it, right? There's nothing for it to report now. So even if it does go off, it'll look like a false flag. And that's the current state of things. So you are like, all right, JAQI, here's what I'm going to do. And then JAQI goes, proceeding. And then power goes out in the whole data center.
JAQI! Remember, Mark, what's the worst that could happen?
Echoing in the back of your mind. She can't communicate to you until you power the thing back on.
Beep, 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 beep. I try and get her back.
The hum of, you know, computers rebooting, there's like 30 computers in this room. All of them give that little post beep of like the motherboard turning on. So you're just surrounded by a little chorus of beeps and then the low hum of fans coming on. The lights flicker and come back on in the room. JAQLINE, you sort of, it's almost like waking up from a nap, right? Like you weren't hurt or destroyed or anything, but it's like, oh, all of my sensory inputs work again. Like I can see. And from the camera in this room, you can tell that Mark is sitting at the computer looking a little stressed.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, what happened?
Well, remember when you said what's the worst that could happen?
We said that.
Yeah, well, I found out.
Everything went dark.
Yeah, that was me controlling the situation.
Okay.
There appears to be some sort of countermeasure installed aboard the ship to stop anyone from interjecting code live without authorization. And it was very scary. So my only way to get around that and potentially stop it from being alerted was to shut everything down immediately.
Okay.
And it worked.
And okay, so no one saw that.
Well, they might see an alarm still, but they won't have anything or any evidence, I guess.
Okay.
So at worst case, it looks like a.
As I'm talking, I do want to scramble the audio logs for this room.
Sure, go ahead and roll. That will be, so to scramble the audio logs for this room, you're going to need to leave this node. You're going to need to navigate deeper into the data sphere and head over towards the security chambers. If you can't remember the layout of the data sphere, I wouldn't blame you. Behind you, there's a big map of it. You can just stand up really quick and grab it. It's like magnetized to that thing.
I see.
Do have an
The
ability
honeycomb.
called Scramble Machine.
Ooh, heyo.
Specifically for such a thing. You render one machine, I guess, within a short range, unable to function for a round.
So that would have stopped. If you had done it beforehand, you could have scrambled the cameras.
Okay.
But now that will not work. Okay, so Jackie's got the
That beautiful
data sphere
map.
in front of her. Jackie, you're in the data area, which I think is near the research node. I don't have the whole thing memorized myself.
Well, I'm just now
unfortunately.
realizing I'm probably not authorized yet. So,
But buddy, can we finish this conversation somewhere else?
Yes, absolutely. I'm very hungry. Let's go back to my room and kind of talk about all of this.
Are you going to download back onto your Cortex, JAQI, or are you going to stay in the Spirit of Inquiry's data sphere?
Oh, I'm going onto my Cortex.
All right. You extract yourself back out of the data sphere onto the Cortex. It's like a little chip that Mark can pull out of the data sphere. And you leave. The two of you head back to Mark's room. Is there anything else of note happening tonight, or should we skip to tomorrow?
I do think I would like to work with Mark. Maybe we don't have to play out the scene to see if we can't like dissect it a little bit and calm out certain lines. I think it would still be good material. Some of that stuff sounded like it would be good to have.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you want to try and like remake the code to be more convenient and then let it install?
Comment out the lines about authority.
Yeah.
In the authority subroutine?
Yeah.
Just take that part out of there.
Yeah. Let's think of
The
a similar
deception
thing.
part.
How about this? How about you make an intellect roll? Or actually, I think Mark would have to do the doctoring of the code, so you can assist Mark, which will ease his roll by 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Mark, I'll have you make an intellect roll to doctor up the code a little bit, and then you can tell me of those qualities. You can decide which ones we actually
That's true.
install
That's
into
fair.
JAQI.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, because it's just going to be a straight roll, we won't play out the whole scene. I feel like we should check in with Ronan Voss. Ronan, you recently explored like a new planet. You were out in the void of space, furthest from home that you've ever been.
I fell into a hole.
You fell into a hole. You had a danger. Had a little danger scare. Where do you feel like Ronan is right now, and maybe how's he feeling, or what's he up to?
I think he's kind of satisfied feeling. I mean, I'm sure he's in the kitchen probably peeling, maybe some fruits or some vegetables right now, just getting some things prepped overnight.
Okay.
Or maybe just turning in. But I think he's definitely feeling somewhat satisfied a little bit more. Like he's actually feeling like he's, this is what he used to do back in the day. Like he used to be more active. He used to go out there. He used to be able to just jump into messes like that and just deal with the problem. So like for him to finally experience this again, it probably got his blood flowing a little bit. So now he's kind of anticipating and anxious for the next day. So he's sitting there maybe kind of hurt. He's kind of like, as he's cutting these onions or whatever, he's kind of going quicker. He might have a smile or a smirk on his face, but like you can tell he's excited.
Roll an intellect defense task for me with a difficulty of 4, target roll of 12.
Intellect defense. What was the target roll of 12 you said? I have one. I'm going to use, I do have an edge in my intellect I got from my advancement thing here.
Okay.
So that will take it down to a
So you can
target-
spend effort, which costs 3 points.
Yes.
Then you subtract edge from whatever you spend.
Right. So then we'll do that. That'll take it down to a 9 then.
Yeah, target roll of 9.
It's my first math of the day, guys.
You got it, buddy. We believe.
Bad.
We all learned. None of us
I got
did
a
math
6.
until
You got a
2 p.m.
6.
You can spend it
You're
next week
feeling
to re-roll.
satisfied with your day. You're, kind of doing this thing. You're like, oh yeah, it was great to get back out there. And all of a sudden, you like maybe you set down whatever you're cut, the onion you're cutting right now. You get ready to do another one. You look around the kitchen. It's empty. You're the only one there, and it kind of fades back into your mind like, oh, but I used to do this like with a crew that like I knew really well. We were super tight, and like kind of that. It's that moment where like you almost feel guilty for being excited about doing this thing, even though you know that like you're kind of the only one who lived. Like the rest of them are never going to get to do that again, and it starts to kind of eat away at you a little bit.
He's gonna maybe put the onion down. He's gonna grab VU, who's probably sitting there on the counter, and throw him on his shoulder. He's gonna take a walk, and normally he'd probably go to the firing range just to kind of like basically get the feelings out through a bullet. But he's gonna go up to the observation deck and back out and just kind of look out into the, I guess, we can see the green one, I guess, from where we're at. So he's gonna kind of like observe that a little bit.
So the forward observation deck of the Spirit of Inquiry is this massive set of wind. It's almost like a bubble that the ship cuts in half. So there's an upper and a lower. So you go down to the lower observation deck. So there's nothing beneath you. There's no ship. There's no anything. You can just look out through these viewports, and right there is like green 1, not super close, but close enough that you can make out the details and like, you know, you can see the vines and everything. This room is completely dark. It's late. You know, the ship is in kind of like power down mode. And because it's holding stable, there's not even really like a thrum of the engines. There's just the occasional firing of the thrusters to keep it stable. But for the most part, like the ship is now static. And so out there, like it's almost like the world is turning and you're standing still watching it. You know, like the nebula has some motion in it. All the little motes of dust and emissive glowing blue particles kind of flickering and floating by. We're now in a pretty stable pocket in terms of there's no asteroids hitting you, but every now and then something will like float by, almost like a space tumbleweed, and you just have this kind of view of the vista in front of you, but you are still alone in a quiet space.
He's not really gonna take any seat. He's probably gonna sit down, like probably next to a seat, probably on the floor, or just to kind of like lean up against, just so he can at least still view out. He'll have VU with him. He'll probably put VU down. VU's gonna have some emotional face probably, but more like in concern with Ronan.
It like tilts its little head.
He's definitely gonna stay silent, but he's constantly, it is now hitting him that like this is something that he almost regrets doing, or he does regret doing. Or the stuff that he used to do, and this is kind of like he's starting to realize might be his chance, his second chance, like fate throwing him back out into space, back where everything bad happened, so maybe he can make it right. And that's where he's like in this, just it's like one of the devil on his shoulder and an angel on the other. Where he's like, I used to be so bad, but you can be good again. And he's kind of like, it's a very fine battle, but to anybody else watching, it'd be very silent. Like you can tell everything, this war is going on in his own head. After a little bit though, he is going to stand up as he always does, brushing kind of things to the side, but still with it, keeping it in the back of his head that he can indeed turn things around. It's just up to him to make that first step. So, but he's going to kind of out loud under his breath, just to probably no one who's listening or listening, but just a very small apology in hopes that maybe the minds or spirits of maybe his old crew just gets a subtle like,
what's he say?
Just a simple, I'm sorry. And I miss you guys. And I want to make things right. We're going to do it the right way this time. And he's just going to kind of pick VU up, throw him on his shoulder, and head back in, or head to his quarters, I guess, at this point.
Just like gives you a little tap on the neck with his tiny little robot arm. He sits down cross-legged, and where are you going?
We're going to kind of, he might stay there just for another couple minutes just to kind of take it all back in again, but then he's going to head and turn in for the evening.
All right. You turn in for the evening. Let's check in one more time with the two of you. Mark, how'd you roll?
Sure, not great.
You are assisted.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I go again.
No, that eases it by 1.
Okay, great. It's only an 8 on the die.
That is not going to be sufficient.
I have 1.
Can
1
you
XP.
spend effort?
I have 1 XP.
Okay, spend it to reroll.
Is there anything else you want to add before you roll again?
Can you spend effort?
Don't know that I've got much.
Yeah, you got effort. Elbow grease.
You're tier 2. You can spend 6 points. Well, 5. 5 points.
5.
You can get 2 levels of effort because you are tier 2. So you can ease it by 2 steps for that.
Would that make it work, that last roll, or do I have
Well,
it would be on a fresh roll?
You have to call it before
It'd be
you
a fresh roll.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's do 2 levels of effort
Okay.
for fun.
So that's 5 points out of your pool.
5 points, of
That
course.
takes this from a difficulty 6 or a difficulty 7 to a difficulty 5.
Do you have no edge?
I do have edge. I have, I think, a +2.
You do.
Well then, that's you only spend
3 points.
3 points. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Sorry, I'm Just trying.
No, I appreciate you.
Okay, we'll do that.
It also affects me greatly.
You're fine. What's the worst that could happen?
You're right. What's the worst that could
What's the
happen?
worst that could happen? So it's only a difficulty 5 now?
Yes, with a target roll of 15.
Only.
You can do that
Son of a
in your sleep
gun.
with 2
Easy.
arms tied behind your back.
And blindfolded.
With one leg.
Upside down.
And the other leg right side up, down.
Uphill both ways.
In the snow.
Blind.
In space.
I have...
In the desert.
With rabies.
Would I be able to use
And
Tinker?
in paper
Chased
cut.
by
Can I
bears.
use Tinker on this? You make a device do something different from its original purpose?
No.
Okay. What about Hack the Impossible?
Maybe. What's that one say?
Disable or bypass countermeasures.
No, because there's no countermeasures in this. Like, you could disable the entire code, but then there wouldn't be any code to install.
What if I kiss it?
I'm
Like-
just saying, as your lawyer, I think you would have. Your best bet was Tinker, and you should have advocated a bit more on that one. It's too late now.
Okay.
The ruling's already been made.
If I self-deprecate, okay.
If I self-deprecate.
Can I use Tinker if I say I'm a bad guy? Okay.
All right. You hit another die.
I did hit another die.
You hit another die. I think you could. DM, can you re-roll? He had another die.
I'm going to let it stand this time, but because you filled your entire wide open dice tray with dice.
I put them away.
The next time you-
They're gone. It was only hit the
Here,
thin little
I'll
row.
hold them. I'll hold
Okay.
them.
I got it. Okay. This one's pure. This one's pure.
This is pure.
This is legit. This is legit. This is
Clock
legit.
in chat.
Clean roll.
Okay, that's.
I'm gonna use my XP.
I thought you just used your XP.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
used
that's
your
because
XP.
I did. Because
Yeah.
okay.
So what'd you get?
$1 million. I only got
In our hearts.
got a 3.
A 3. A 3 is not going to do it.
No.
Unfortunately.
But I want it to work.
That's like rolling a 12 raw.
Try again tomorrow.
Well, the problem is you're trying to install the code with your doctored stuff, right?
He's trying
So-
to edit it.
I thought that was the edit right now. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. I was trying to decide whether it gets installed in full or whether nothing happens. I think nothing happens then. You were trying to fix
Okay.
it in the quarantine and then you would install it.
Thank you.
So the code snippet is left alone in quarantine.
I would imagine it's like I commented this code out, but it's still functioning the way it's supposed. How? How is this
What
happening?
happens is you think you fixed it and then you go to install it and you get a compiler error and it's like set fault where? What do you mean I forgot a semicolon? Nothing happens.
Okay.
All right.
You can try again tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I need
borrow this.
sleep. I need sleep and a meal.
Don't we all?
Jackie. I think.
I will go ahead and memorize what this code's supposed to do.
Is it? Can I ask you something real quick, Jackie?
Sure.
Is Dean really a bad guy? It might be silly, but like, it's just the things in here are not largely like monstrous edits to your code. I don't like that he's trying to just. I think what's wonderful about you is that you're your own kind of creature. You're your own person in a way, and he's trying to take away that autonomy. And I don't like that. But other than that, he's just trying to get you to work with the ship well.
I believe his motivations are wholesome and even
Yeah.
I forgot the word. I'll have to check my language model.
Yeah. Still working on that.
It keeps getting corrupted. I don't know why. But I do believe he is doing what he thinks is best, and I do think what he thinks best is for the crew and for our mission. So I do not believe his motivations are at fault. I do believe his methods are a little dismissive of what an AI is fully capable of doing, and perhaps a little paranoid of what an AI could do.
I think that's accurate.
If I were to make a huge leap of logic, I would say he's been burned by AI in the past, and he has never lived that down.
You think he was dating an AI? Sorry. Sorry, Jackie. I'm too tired.
No, Mark, I believe perhaps an AI has betrayed him, or perhaps done him a great evil.
Yeah.
I would like to think for myself, and I appreciate the fact that you agree.
Of course. Well, thanks, Jackie. It's just that this code's pissing me off. I need to go to bed.
Understood.
Okay.
I will be here.
All right. Good night, Jackie.
I am monitoring.
You
You're
can turn
sleeping.
your camera off. You don't got to watch me while I sleep.
Turning camera off.
I don't believe you, but I'm going to be
Beep, boop, bop.
Just know that she's probably going to peek at some point. As I can't stop you, but all right, good night.
You snore very loudly.
Good night. Jackie. You can
We
turn-
cut to the next morning, where we find the drop squad all suited up
Yep.
and in the drop ship, Spirit of Inquiry's drop ship. And that means the four of you and ship security officer, Miss Talia Bones.
Oh, Talia.
All of you are wearing your EVA suits. The different pieces of equipment that you're bringing down to the surface with you are locked in and in place. JAQLINE, you were plugged back into the dropship in order for you to pilot it down to the surface where the research station awaits you. As a reminder, you left the station and most of the ancillary equipment that you had set up in like weather safe mode. So everything is kind of locked down. So you'll have to go and kind of quick, just, hit the little button to sort of unseal it, get the tarps off everything, that kind of thing. But that is the plan for today. And so to that end, JAQLINE, I'd like you to roll an intellect task regarding your piloting of the dropship down to the surface here.
You got it today.
I see how this could not go wrong. It's going to go perfect. What's the difficulty I'm looking at? Do we know? Do I not know?
6. It's whatever it was last time. I'm pretty sure it's a 6 because it's the gravitational fluctuations that make it really hard to navigate here. So that's a target roll of 18. It certainly is a 6 today. Now that I've said it.
That's fine. I accept.
I'm going to go ahead and use anticipation. And
Mapping out the future. I like that. It's a good idea.
I think we're going to just go with that.
Great.
And we're going to use a level of effort.
Okay.
So that lowers it by 2.
Yep. To a target roll of 12, difficulty 4.
Ooh, that's a 10.
That's a 10.
It's a 10.
As you begin navigating the dropship down towards the surface, yeah.
Talia, I believe I'll require your assistance.
Yeah, you say that as the dropship hits one of those little pockets of weird gravity, and it gets thrown off course in such a way that it stresses the wings. So your sensors monitoring like gravitational pressure on the ship suddenly like go haywire as it's pressured in 2 directions. And it kind of, Talia, throws herself through zero gravity to the front of it, slams on the throttle, and just like, shoots past it. And the stress relaxes. But your hull integrity sensors indicate to you that the ship has moved one step down the damage track from a fully functioning object to one of 3 stages to destruction.
Logging a repair order.
Yeah. And you continue flying. I'm going to have you roll one more time to see if anything else goes wrong on the way down there. As soon as you succeed, you'll make the rest of the flight safely.
I'm going to use the same thing, anticipation and a level of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Are we going to die before we land?
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? We're fine.
That's a 5.
As the ship continues moving, you are now you're paying so much attention to where these grav wells should be, and you're trying to really avoid them that you forget for a second to log the trajectories of asteroids around you. And one of them just boom slams into the windshield of the ship. Your hull integrity sensors and your oxygen pressurization sensors indicate to you that the ship has moved one more step down the object damage track as a
Logging
huge
additional repair
crack spider webs across the cockpit. It's like the 3 panes of glass, so it's like the outer layer has been kind of shattered a little bit. Inside the ship, red alarm lights begin blinking, and an automated, it's not like JAQLINE's voice, it's like an automated hull pressurization issue detected. Please seal EVA suits. All of you are already sealed, but the ride is pretty bumpy. Talia sitting up front with you goes, okay, JAQLINE, let's do this together. Hang on 1 second. And she hits the button to take the ship out of autopilot and puts it into co-pilot mode. She goes, JAQLINE, I want you to focus on predictive calculation. Tell me where things will be. Put them on the HUD of the ship. I will fly. And she takes over
Understood.
the thrust and the yaw and everything. So now we're going to ease it by 1 step because she's assisting, making this a difficulty 5 target roll of 15 task.
Right, and I'll lower it twice again.
Okay.
Effort and anticipation.
Great, making it a level 3 target roll of 9.
14.
There we go.
14.
Let's go.
You succeed at the kind of end of the possibilities here. You succeed, and the dropship together, you and Talia are able to get yourselves down to the surface. You kind of zoom past the gravitational anomalies, asteroids going by, the sort of familiar shudder as the ship enters that like deeper gravitational pull of Green 1, and it comes to a fairly heavy but acceptable stop. About 50 meters away from the research station, so not quite as close as it was parked before, but we've landed, and maybe that's enough. The back of the dropship, opens up, and out in front of you is the void of Green 1. And among that void, because we don't have an atmosphere, there's no sound. There is only Green 1.
Apologies for the bumpy landing. I will work to endeavor to make the ride smoother.
You're doing great, JAQI. Thank you. Thank you, Talia.
Happy to help. Just doing my job.
I think I should spend some time doing as much repair as I can on the ship. That way it's ready to go when we need it to be. And then once I finish with that, I'll help with the deployment.
You get a little uplink indicator over the dropship's communications while you're still in the dropship. It's got a line back to the Spirit of Inquiry. And you hear Chief Scientist Dragomir Hunt come over the radio communications. Looked like a bumpy landing. Don't forget that what we need you to do, most importantly, is get things back online. We need the communications arrays. We need those local arrays, all 4 of them in place and online. We need you to get the light towers in position so that our research teams can function and can move things. And yes, please, Astro, get the ship repaired because we need to call it back to the Spirit of Inquiry very soon so we can bring the researchers down after you. You'll be mapping the terrain, but we need to get down there and start exploring today while we have this lead on cosmetaline.
Understood.
We'll do that. Thank you.
The line disconnects.
Okay.
You get the feeling he might have just been there to remind you what the objectives were.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt. Okay. I'll start I guess fixing the communications array. Is that something I'm capable of?
Sure. I mean, if I were going to put this in an order, my suggestion would be to get the research station itself, the little prefabricated metal center up and running. Then you can get the comms dish on top of it working to talk back to the Spirit of Inquiry. And then, because the comms relays, you have to take them to a place and plug them in. So 2 of them are in position. They're just like in hunker down mode. Right. And 2 of them you still need to take to the east and west. And then as you're doing that, you can probably finish mapping the rest of the structure and kind of put the light towers where they go. If you do this as a team, then easily between all of you can carry 1 light tower and 1 comms relay to each place and get them all situated.
Mark, would you please install me into the level 2 drone I have?
Oh, yes, of course, JAQI. I'm sorry. Yeah, I put her back in her little travel bot.
JAQLINE, you find the bot mostly functional, but you realize that there's no remaining power in it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, did we went a little heavy on
you
it
flash
last
back
time.
to Julian Brooks telling you there's only enough power in here for you to use it once because it's kind of like jerry-rigged together. It's not like it takes like double A's. I can't just like switch it out.
I'm sorry, we were so focused on the stuff last night we didn't think about getting you back.
It's
it occurs
okay.
to you that if JAQLINE were installed in the research center, the data sphere that extended to the local comms relays and into the EVA suits would be free navigation for you to get wherever everyone else is.
Well, I guess the only thing is I'll be managing the home base. So go ahead and plug me into the research station when you're able, Mark.
Sure. You can piggyback and tag along. You can come. It'd be like we're walking together or something. It's not that sad.
I do enjoy watching humans put a level of effort into walking. It helps me understand how your physiology works.
Yes. You're so good at learning, JAQI. I'll get you. Let's get you in the station.
Understood.
Okay.
Astro, what would you like me to do?
Can you get the 2 comm relays online on the north and south
Yes, I can do that. I will go north first, and then I will come back and go south. Excellent. And Talia, without another word, grabs a repair kit out of the dropship and just starts wandering off into the distance. You have been sent with a number of sample capsules. All of these items that you have in your little note cards, they're the items that came with you. They don't necessarily have to be who's holding them. So if you want to rearrange, you can, or whatever. But
There's only one. Is that like an extra EVA suit right here?
Maybe. I think there are 3 EVA suits. Yeah, there's one here. So you're missing one. Let me find it for you.
I don't need
Does
an
someone
EVA.
have 2 EVA
Silly
suits?
AI. You can't use an EVA suit.
Someone have 2? Oh, did you have 2?
No, I was just checking.
Whatever. Just assume you have one. One of them ripped. I bet it was that.
That's okay.
So then just occupy one of your item slots with an EVA suit.
It's, I'll just
Yeah.
I'll know which one. But yeah.
Okay.
I also think Ronan's going to go ahead and... So you said Tali's going north and then south for the local comms?
Yeah, the ones that are already out. So she's hitting the button to unweatherproof them.
Oh, okay.
You need to take some comms relays to the east and west.
I think Ronan will definitely take at least one of those, because I have one here. I'll take one at least east.
No,
Okay.
Ronan, no more cave exploring until we get this set up.
Oh, trust me, I'm good.
Ronan's
I'm
learned
going to
his
stay
lesson.
above ground this time. Oh,
Take that. One of you should take that. You can hand me back whatever you want to leave behind.
You can have a light tower.
That Jacqueline
need
can't
that one
carry that.
too.
Gotta set it
You
up.
can have you can't carry anything.
Well, if you leave it with me, you can assume it's with the research base.
Do you have a sample capsule?
No, but I'm at the ship.
I am just going to leave one light tower at the base. Okay. So I can hold on to the sample. I feel like the sample container is important.
You're important.
I should go in the sample container.
If it helps, I have found the easiest way to do that is to slide it into one side and then bend it and slide it into the other side.
You're not the boss of me.
Oh my God.
Don't zoom in on this moment.
I'm totally going to zoom in on this moment now.
Definitely
got
zoom
this
in on
out.
this moment.
There it is. Here it comes. Wow.
Look at him go.
Wow.
Yo,
Look at that.
that was amazing.
That took 2
What you
levels
just
of
did.
effort.
Astro's regulation says that.
Looks like I'm impaired now.
Okay, so Talia's going to head north, and for her NPC level will determine whether she succeeds or not. She is high enough level to succeed, so she successfully gets the northern comms relay online.
Bueno.
Mark, you are getting the research center on station. So as you get to the center there, it's level 2, which I believe makes every task there trivial for you. So you successfully, easy, you walk back in and you're straight at home. You hit the buttons as you need to. It starts whirring, just like the data room did yesterday. Everything just starts kind of powering up and coming to life. As that happens, Talia's first research station, maybe 5 minutes go by as she walks out there, but then the first comms relay comes online and she comes over the little headset. Comms check, making sure the northern relay works.
Working great. Thank you, Talia.
Excellent. That'll head south. At the same time, Ronan Voss, you are carrying another local comms relay. They're pretty big and heavy. It's like kind of the size of like a push trash can. And so you're kind of pushing this big relay in front of you as you head. Are you going east or west first?
East.
East first. Excellent. And in order to do that, I would like you to make a speed task for me.
Speed task.
You can't fail this task, but the worse you roll, the longer it will take you to traverse. You now have kind of an understanding of what the hazards are here in terms of being disoriented by the gravitational anomalies and stuff. So it's just how long does it take you to pick your way around them?
Okay. Can I use... Could I use... Never mind. Now I'm reading it. That wouldn't work. All right, we're just going to go to roll.
All right.
Rolling.
A 10.
A 10. So it'd be like a success on a difficulty 3 task. It's not the easiest thing in the world, especially because even though you're pretty used to bad terrain, combat, whatever, this giant box thing, you're still kind of it tips over when you try and turn too sharply and all that kind of junk. So it's taken you a little while to get there. But as you're maneuvering, the big heavy cable that kind of stretches back towards the research center, you're kind of spooling it out as you go. And as you go, you avoid some discomfort and everything. You feel that little disorientation as you step over a ravine of little grass shoots poking out. You kind of go around the curve to where you lose sight of the research station behind you as you kind of are crossing this planet. And you catch a view of something in the distance that looks almost like a little... It's like a little tornado. like a little spiral of kind of glowing blue, emissive like space dust reaching up from the surface of the planet. Pretty thick, pretty dense. You can't see through it to the other side, and it's not moving fast like on Titan or on Saturn or any of the other places that you've been in the Milky Way. You get solar system. No, in the Milky Way. You're not in the Milky Way right now. You're at the edge of the cosmos. And I'm suggesting that he may have left the solar system. Oh. Okay. Oh. I'm going to need you to tighten it up.
It's the Three Musketeers.
Okay, I need you to tighten it up.
I'm going to tighten it.
Okay, I appreciate that. Roll to tighten it up.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
No way.
You're tight. Excellent.
Holy.
So it's not like those in that it's not moving quickly. Like it's dense, but it's spinning pretty slowly.
Is it so? It's something I could at this point walk up to, maybe, or
yes, you
I
could walk
see
up to it and kind of like, or try and duck through the little dust and see what's inside it. Whatever. It's also a little bit outside the range of the comms relay, so you could get the comms relay where it needs to go, set it down, turn it on, and then go explore if you wanted.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Great.
Definitely. But when so I guess I have to set up the relay
Level 2
first.
intellect task for the comms relay,
get
please.
that out of the way first.
Yeah, get that crap out of the way.
Let me go ahead and use another thing. Edge. Oh, wow, it does not need to be that. I have a question. Hit it. Yeah.
Is it related to you tightening it up? Go ahead.
It was not. But now I'm like, do I get a major? No, okay. The cartographic interface.
Yes.
It says it needs to be connected to an AI Cortex, EVA suit, or other techware. If it's connected to me, but I then go into an EVA suit while my Cortex stays behind.
Yes, you would be able to relay the data necessary to your Cortex. So if you're riding along in someone's EVA suit, then that would be an acceptable way to do that.
The second I see Ronan's comm relay pop up,
Goodbye, Mark.
and I'll lose.
What?
Okay, and as a reminder, you've got the whole data sphere on that sheet
I
underneath
did get
your
a 15, by the way.
a 15 easy. You get the comms relay. You've done this once before now, so you get the comms relay set in place. The two little anchors kind of slide out and kind of drill slightly down into the rock surface to hold it there. You hit the button and you get all the right status lights and everything. And then you have you get the little click in your ears that tell you like, oh, my suit's connected back to this communications network.
Ronan's gonna call in. Buddy, do you read me? Anybody?
Hello.
Copy. Over.
All right, I just got this thing up and it sounds like it's working just fine. I will let you know there is some sort of anomaly near me. I am going to attempt to check it out, but I promise I'm not going to get too close.
Okay.
Ronan.
You sure you don't want to wait for somebody to just be there? You're not too far away, right?
Not at all.
Don't worry, Mark.
It's very close. I'm not going to get too close. If I feel any sort of bad feeling, I'm coming back and we'll come to do it together.
Don't worry, Mark. I am already here.
And he's going to hear that and look around.
Okay, please be communicating frequently.
Absolutely.
I suppose.
Of course.
And you hear like a ching as like your helmet cam takes a photo.
One last selfie.
Sending photo back to comms relay.
All right, JAQI. JAQI, the main thing I'm going to need here is just to solely watch my back, literally. But Ronan's going to inch his way, like as slow as possible. Like maybe take a couple steps. Observe.
1 second before we do that,
Yes.
I just had a rules thing
Do
for
it.
JAQI. What's up?
Oh, I was just going to say, can I predict the movement of the tornado?
Oh.
You certainly could run a predictive analysis on it. Before you do that, I was just going to remind you that because of the instancing ability, if you wanted, you could create a copy of yourself with only 3 points, leave it in the research station, and communicate in real time back and forth to it. So then if something happens, he wouldn't need to be conscious to call back for help. You could call back for help without leaving his suit. You know what I mean? To monitor his vitals.
That's fair.
That might be a good use of that ability.
I thought of a great idea actually.
Oh, yeah?
Unrelated.
Okay.
I'm gonna instance myself.
Okay, cool.
wow.
For the minimum number of points.
Great. So that
Really
creates
smart.
a level 1 instance. Remember,
Yeah.
these are just objects. So you spend 3 intellect points to create a level 1 instance. You can choose if you want to allocate any abilities, which I'm assuming you don't because you just want to be able to communicate to it.
Yeah.
Great. So all of your other abilities and functionality are still over with Ronan, but now you have a clone of yourself you can
Such a
communicate
great
to.
idea. All of my
That was a
own.
great
That's
idea.
pretty sick.
We
Yeah,
just
thank
made
you.
up this ability chat, so that's why I just want to help you think
Bam.
in ways where you can use it.
Is that kind of skill training then? Just taught a new skill.
If I just do it enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And then I will go ahead. I'm just going to use no effort.
Okay.
I'll do anticipation,
Sure.
and I'll try to predict the movement of the tornado.
Great. I think anticipation, you just spend the points, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to roll anything.
Well, it just eases it.
Oh, okay.
Well, it says you look ahead to see how your actions might unfold. So the first task before the end of the next round gains an asset.
Okay, so what I'm going to say then is you look ahead to see, you can either ease Ronan walking towards it, like I'm not going to go too close where the, suction of the wind will pull me in, because that's an action.
Okay.
Or you can try and come up with something for yourself to do, like an action that JAQI will take. But because the tornado thing in the distance is not like a creature taking an action, you wouldn't be able to analyze, like, what's it going to do next?
It does say my actions.
Yeah.
I'm going to say my action is seeing if my prediction algorithm is accurate.
So you're just testing to see whether it goes where it wants to or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, this doesn't do anything to Ronan's roll. Once he goes somewhere, if the tornado moves where you thought it was going to move, you'll know it's accurate, and you can roll that intellect task with one step easing it.
Okay, so I have to wait until that happens.
Right.
Okay.
Because you would just be confirming whether it worked. So you take a guess at where you think the tornado is going to go. And Ronan, on your HUD, a little like dashed line appears, kind of on the visor of your suit that predicts where the tornado should move.
Little text at the bottom says "work in progress, still calibrating."
Beta V0.1.
Beta. Please subscribe for more. Ronan's
You're saying spaceship
before
Venmo.
he really gets too close, he is gonna I think probably pick up a rock or something maybe near him, like a piece of debris.
Okay.
He's gonna throw it, but not like a toss, but like somewhat forcefully, because he wants to see. He's trying to see if it will take it, or if it will go right through.
Totally.
That's a big thing for the next step.
Can I remind people what happened last time a rock went flying on this planet?
This is going to be told. What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
We're
It's like, I remember a rock being thrown before.
Let me see what happens.
Can you pick something that's not a rock? Oh no!
I can't.
All right.
All right, I'm committed.
Ronan, you take this rock and you throw it towards the tornado, and a little patch of star-shaped leaves poking out of the ground between you and the tornado creates a little disruption, and the rock, boom, slams down into the ground and is captured by a little pocket of SGH that's kind of sprouting out of the ground. So it doesn't make it to the tornado, so you don't actually get any
Ronan's
reliable
gonna
testing
back
there.
up very quickly.
It's only like it's the one spot where the leaves are poking out, so you could probably go around if you were
Ronan's
walking.
still gonna retreat a little bit because that can JAQI.
Yes.
Is there any way that you can see things or been able to anticipate things that are underground? Maybe you can't see, or maybe you can like.
I could try to run a few algorithms to determine what is most likely going to be the case following subroutines and other algorithms based on Earth plant matter.
Okay, well, that sounds too difficult, but I think you can do it. Ronan's gonna like. Okay, so Ronan's gonna probably back up after this. I think. I don't think he's gonna explore anymore.
Okay. So was your question like, are you going to try and get her to, based on where the leaves are, predict where the anomalies in gravity would be?
Ronan's plan would be to get her to start analyzing it. He's going to go back and continue on with the next thing.
Okay.
While she's doing that, he can maybe come back with backup, and maybe they can try and explore it together then.
Sure. I'm going to threaten JAQI with a GM intrusion. I'm not going to tell you what it is until you decide whether to accept.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I need the XP.
Okay. JAQI, take 1 XP and give 1 away.
We're giving it to Ronan.
That makes sense.
Naturally.
JAQI, you attempt to analyze the locations of, I see some different, you have his visual sensors, little cameras on his EVA suit. So you can kind of like zoom in and you sort of filter through for like, where's that, infrared
I'm sure he hasn't moved
reflection
yet. That
that comes
way
off
you
of
can look around.
vegetation and all that stuff. You're able to filter and identify where the plants are. And then as you start trying to like study the level of gravitational disruption around them. Maybe you're looking at like where do the pebbles stop because they've all been pulled into a clump and that kind of thing. You realize that wherever the gravitational disruption is, you also are experiencing some pretty severe disruption to your sensor arrays. Like your ability to capture sensor data is being warped or muddied or something by the presence of these sort of fields of gravitational disruption. So while you can't generate an accurate prediction or like a map of where you might think they are, you can tell, oh, there's probably one there because when I look there, my sensor data glitches. So it's not as precise as generating like a simulated model.
Yeah.
You can't figure out where's the vine going to go, but you can figure out based on these disruptions, this is probably where it would be too strong for a human to walk through and be safe.
Right, and I have to take that into account now.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't install that subroutine yet.
Well, yeah, but I got to keep up the ruse.
So if that's the case, right? She wouldn't have to stay there at this point then.
Overlaying, where I believe there will be significant disruptions to your internal organs should you enter this area.
Thank you, Jackie.
You see like little bubbles appear on your HUD that as you move, they kind of stay in place, like augmented reality.
See. Awesome.
Cool.
All right, Jackie, this is fantastic.
Can you just watch the tornado for like a solid minute or two?
If you need me, can I back up and do it a little bit though?
Well, yes. I just need to keep it within visual range.
He's going to take a couple steps back, maybe to at least where it's confirmed safe.
Okay.
And he's going to go ahead and maybe just pop a squat and just stare at the tornado for a little bit.
Based on the fact that it's slow moving, how many minutes would you like to wait to determine whether it's gone where you want to go? Where you want it to go?
I'd say 5. Just 5.
We're going to cut back to the research station where Astro is working on the dropship and Mark Putty is getting the research station like up and running. Maybe at this point you've kind of like pulled the tarp off of the communications dish. Are you going to use the electromagnetic shield generator for the research station or no at this time?
I feel like, I should.
Okay.
I feel
you push the button and it spins up. You hear it kind of whirring through the, there's no sound transmission except that it's anchored to the base. So the actual metal thing as it whirs. You fully pressurize the inside, so there's oxygen there. And as that happens, Astro, you see behind you little flakes of dust kind of shot off of the EM generator as it begins spinning up. And you turn back to your repair work on the dropship. Now, the dropship there's no breakage except for the cockpit. So there's the glass front of the cockpit that you probably will need to do something about. And then the wings, it's just that they've been stressed. So there's nothing to fix, but you could probably weld like a support arm across them or something that might make it a little less maneuverable, but a little more resilient. If you just added some extra armor plating there or something.
Yeah.
So that one is definitely welding. How would you like to solve the cockpit problem?
We don't have any spare glass, do we?
Certainly not.
Safe flight repair, safe flight repair.
Call AAA. Yeah. Well, you guys do a service call at the edge of the known universe.
We'll be there in 30 minutes.
Is it broken in a spot that is like directly where we need to see through?
It's 3 panes of glass, and they're all safety glass. So what's happened is the outer pane is fully like spider web cracks, the whole length of it. So it's broken, but because there's the 2 other panes of glass, like nothing has threatened the oxygen levels in the cockpit. It was a warning that came on, not an announcement of like, we're depressurized.
Yeah.
Technically, you could just break it the rest of the way and scrape that outer layer off, but then the dropship would be in like a more impaired state if something else hit the cockpit.
Yeah.
Or you could maybe cover it fully with something. Like you could weld metal to the outside and fly like by wire, like only instruments to fly the dropship out, and that's another possibility. Or anything else you can come up with. I'm brainstorming with you. I don't know how you want to solve this.
I'm gonna hop on the comms.
Okay.
Talia and Jacqueline, do you both feel confident we could fly based off of sensors data alone, or do we need the visual from the cockpit?
I do believe I already fly by sensors alone, but the visual would probably help Talia, and Talia has been instrumental in making sure we arrive safely.
I think that it would probably be better if I had some kind of visual of what's happening outside the ship. We've experienced some different calibration problems with JAQLINE sensors in the past, and I don't want to risk the idea that if she gets bad data, I can't actually see the problem in front of us, you know?
There is a 16K camera aboard the dysfunctional droid.
Only 16K? That's
Only
pretty bad.
16K. I apologize.
It's pretty lame.
But it would be better than nothing. If you go the route of...
Well, so our options with the glass are we leave it and you just see through a cracked window. I take it off and the ship is a little bit less safe. Or I put a protective cover over it that we cannot see out of.
Have you contacted someone aboard the mothership?
Not yet. I wanted to see if we had.
They might be
here.
able to help you formulate a clear adhesive that would fill in the cracks.
I can call them. We didn't
I
bring
think it
said thing down with us.
Tyler,
No.
you looked like Ronan wanted to chime in. I just wanted to remind you, you're on the comms network. You got your relay
Oh,
up. So
okay,
you are
cool.
in the
Okay.
conversation here if you want to.
May I pop in with an idea,
Yeah,
Astro?
This is a brainstorming.
Is it possible we can take out that layer of glass and replace it with like a fence almost protection? Like it basically just replace it. You know, you can still look through it, but have like maybe metal bars or something that'll still keep it somewhat protected.
Oh, like weld a cage across it?
Absolutely.
That's a cool idea.
I could do that.
That
Is
way you
that-
could still visualize and have protection.
I agree that this would probably be the best compromise between protection and visual data. But I do also suggest that we contact the mothership just to make sure they're on the same board. On the same board? I need to check my language model again.
It's Paige.
All right. I'll contact them and I will, if everything is a go, then I will perform that operation.
Perfect.
Over now.
Roger, Roger.
Roger.
I'm going to contact the Spirit of Inquiry.
Great. And you've got the main comms relay online already, so you're able to just do that. You can just patch them in.
Hello, Spirit of Inquiry. This is Drop Squad.
Hello.
We had some damage to the glass on the viewport of the dropship.
Well, that's not good.
Just the outer layer is compromised. So we were going to weld a cage-like structure as protective since we do not have spare glass here with us.
That makes sense. What do you want from us?
Just filling you in.
Oh, excellent. We'll add a status report.
And then have the glass ready for when we return to fix it.
Do we have glass?
Feel like we should.
What's the fabrication department for?
Oh, yeah, we could totally fabricate some. If Astro will free up the materials, I'm happy to fabricate it for you.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Astro. I didn't mean to. I jumped in a little soon.
It's just sand to make glass.
Yeah.
Surely we've brought some kind of sand-like
Well, I
material.
mean, surely we can find
We can make some.
silicate.
Fine dust here or
Yeah,
something.
there's plenty of
We
silicate
could bring
in space.
Dust back.
You turn it from turn glass into
We'll figure
dust
it
into
out.
glass.
But
Somewhere in the background, you hear Kaya, "Don't bring dust back. Bring plants."
Kai doesn't want dirt.
as long as it's not
I've got dirt.
Not this dirt. This is where the plants are growing. This dirt.
If we have the materials for glass and they're not red, then we can make it. And if they are red, just get captain's approval. But this is kind of an important fabrication needed. So I can't imagine that it shouldn't be able to be
I'll
used.
take care of it. Sam Nova's, kind of comes onto the line. I'll take care of it.
Okay, perfect.
Excellent. And she disconnects immediately.
Yep. So then I'm going to go with the welding the supports for the wings.
Okay, great. So go ahead and roll to weld those on there. Your dropship is a level 5 craft, so I'm just going to make it a level 5 task to weld the supports on there,
Yep.
which would be, I'm going to say intellect based for you, because you're really good with the tools, and especially with the certifications and stuff. So really it's about, this is an unconventional repair. Am I going to weld the right parts of the wings?
So I'm going to use an ability called Understanding. I observe or study a creature or object, and the next interaction with that creature or object gains 1 asset.
Awesome.
And that spends 1 intellect point.
Astro
Great.
just stares at the ship.
You are
for a
also,
solid
I
30
believe,
seconds.
trained
Get it
in
Hull repair.
welding or hull repair. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You're trained in hull repair. So that skill. So you've got 1 asset, you've got 1 skill easement. bringing it down from a level 5 to a level 3. Target roll of 9.
And I will use 1 level of effort.
Great. And 1 level of effort. That will bring it down to a level 2 target roll of 6 task for you to do this repair.
And I will roll with that.
Yeah, you will.
I got a 6 on the die.
6 on the die. That's a success. So you are able to successfully repair. It takes you a little while.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, you got to find like where's the good point to weld to and whatever. But you get that stuff done because that's taking you a little while. Let's cut back to Ronan Voss. Ronan and JAQI, you were standing there watching a sort of space tornado in front of you, waiting for it to do something. JAQLINE, not only has it not moved how you expected it to based on your predictive analysis, it hasn't moved at all. It's spinning, but in place.
Interesting. I have predicted where it will next move based off of this change.
Tell me.
I'll upload it to your HUD now.
And you see like there's a dotted line, but it's just on top of itself at the base of the pyramid.
They're all just like overlapping dashes.
Like, JAQI, is it broken or is this exactly what you meant to put?
I mean, based off of our observations,
So
the
it's
data
not
does look
moving.
correct. But I believe, yes, to your eyes, it appears that the entire thing may not be moving, but I do stress that there are, in fact, parts of it that are moving.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come back. It almost seems like there's something like under the earth that it's like.
We should get closer and observe.
As much as I was all for that at first, it now seems like that's not a very good idea.
I don't see why not.
I think Ronan's. Wait, because you can only carry one of these, right? So he would have to go back to pick up another thing?
Yes.
Okay.
You can come back with the light tower,
Yeah.
and then all you have to do is just avoid the bubbles I've labeled, stay a safe distance from the tornado, and we should be fine.
How about this, JAQI? I'm going to go set up. We still have one more comms relay to set up. I want to get that set up, and then we'll come right back for the light tower. How about that?
Understood.
And maybe we'll bring someone back with us just to have some extra eyes. But yes, let's do that.
What's the worst that could happen?
Were there any other tasks at the station that I'm at? Like, would I be able to go along with them with a light tower?
You could certainly by now everything
Yeah.
is set up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just keeping you there because there's like a bunch of
Yeah.
different things to turn on. But now you could probably.
Yeah,
I was just
Ronan,
saying, we can make this a squad effort, or Ronan was probably just going to get one person to make sure.
This is Talia again, just confirming the Southern Comms Relay is online. Can anybody hear me?
Hi.
I can hear you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
This one is situated. Do you want me to start on light towers or Astro? Do you need help with the dropship?
Lights.
Excellent.
Light tower's good.
I will do it. And she begins heading back to the. So she'll get there when you do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, Ronan's. Okay, I know who we're on. Ronan's going to go back, and then he's going to grab the other local comms relay and just continue on west. He will, I guess everyone kind of knows about the anomaly now because we're all been on the comms, so we don't really have to like talk. I don't really have to explain that to anybody.
Have you told anybody?
I haven't heard anything about
I've been
the tornado.
uploading the data to myself, but I haven't actually
Okay.
brought it to anybody's attention yet.
JAQI, real quick, I need just go ahead and share this information with everybody else. If you can send them the data, let them know that there is an anomaly that we can potentially explore after we're done setting up, or we can wait when we have the actual research team here. But I think it would be best for us to try and see if it's safe first before the research team hits the ground.
Understood.
And then broadcasting to everyone at the same exact time.
Yo.
Hello. It has been brought to our attention that there may be an anomaly that's worth investigating.
Tornado.
On your HUD is now an example of what it looks like per...
Is it just like video feed from
Yes.
his camera? That's cool.
Awesome.
That's very fun.
Only 16K.
Talia, you are a snob. I do have an ability called Scan. I don't know if it would work on a space tornado.
I think you would have to be there though, right?
Yeah,
For scan. Scan is like
yeah.
you using a machine to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand if it's like radiating for me or how far. You scan an area equal in size to 10-foot cube, including all objects or creatures within that area. But I don't know.
It says within a short range.
It does say within a short range.
Yeah. So you would have to be approximately 30 feet.
Sure.
That's about a short range, 30 to 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys, if we want to go set up the other stuff and I can go and try and give that puppy a little scan and see what's going on.
That sounds perfect. As soon as I'm done with the comms relay here, I'll just head right bound back. Actually, are you going to bring a light tower over?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Where's
then,
the other
perfect.
light towers? Is Tally just going to get one of the other
Right
ones?
now, they're all just at the research base. You guys only got one light tower set up
Okay.
before. It's the one she did. So
Okay.
there's 7 of them in total.
Okay.
They just go at, you're doing relays at the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. The light towers go there, and then also the in-betweens, northwest, northeast, southwest, south.
Then yeah, I'll grab a. What do you
Gotcha. I have one here.
I'll take a good light tower. I'll just take a
There
light
are
tower.
two
I
over
can
there.
leave a sample capsule
You can
behind.
give me a repair kit.
Okay, you can take a repair kit.
Oh. Very nice.
You're able to give me that back, I guess.
And by
The
me, I
sample
mean
capsule.
That's just what's being left at the base, right?
Yeah.
Because JAQI can't hold items.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. Yeah.
So we've already put it down. Should we take it out of the thing?
yeah,
Or does
yeah. Those are items. That's like your inventory. And then, like in that case, where you can just hand me that if you want. You don't even have to manage it, so it's not messy in front of you.
This is
You've
neat.
got this, Mark.
Did faster than anyone else. Don't you patronize?
These are all at the base, I assume. Astro doesn't have any of those.
Okay. Yeah. So let's.
Yeah, they're just
Ronan-
back at the base. So,
Ronan, I guess I'll go with you, and I suppose, Jackie.
so Ronan, are you going to do the east comms relay first?
I
are
was
you
going to go to the, or sorry, well, I guess the west one now in this case. I was going to go to the west comms relay first and then go back to the anomaly.
Great.
Just
So
I can at
Ronan
least get
and
that up.
Talia get back to the research station at the same time. Everybody takes a light tower. So Talia has one. You've got one. Ronan, you've got one.
Oh, I got the comms relay. I'm
Great.
taking that one. Yep.
Yes. Ronan pushes the comms relay. Talia and Mark, you've got light towers. And then as you head out there, I am going to need some speed tasks from everybody to see
What?
how well you navigate.
Okay.
And we'll do this collectively as a group. So each of your speed tasks will add together, each of your speed rolls. No. And Talia, I'll just add hers based on what her level is. So each of you go ahead and roll.
Got a 10 again.
Another 8.
I did watch that roll, and I will say that it kind of didn't. I just watched the 8 spin.
It didn't really roll.
All right. So that's an 18 plus Talia's, which is pretty dang good, actually. That brings you up to, you're at least up as high as a level 6 task, maybe a little higher there.
That's pretty good.
As a group, you are able to navigate pretty well. The only thing that really happens to any of you on the journey is at one point you misstep and you end up kind of walking into one of those mild gravitational pockets and you all get a little disoriented for a second. But you pull it back together, you navigate the rest of the distance.
How big of a plant did they want us to collect on this?
Kaya is asking for at least a half-meter section of vine, a trimming of grass shoots, and a clump of roots are the 3 things that she would like.
I guess I've got 2 capsules on me. We can try and collect something on the way, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay. How do I safely do that? Do I just get them, or do I got to do a thing?
Adding anomaly bubbles to your HUD.
A bubble.
So you've got this area that was just a little disorienting. There are some grass shoots kind of poking up through the rocks there.
Mhm.
So to collect the grass shoots, you would just need to tear them out of the ground.
All right.
Simple.
Easy.
Easy.
So easy a 2-year-old could do
Just
it.
be a might task to tear them out of the ground.
I'm not very strong, Ronan. Or are you able to pick things up?
I think I can, once I drop this off, I'll grab a couple samples. I have a capsule with me.
Okay.
I do want to say I think it's hilarious that you're like, yeah, it's a might task. I'm waiting for this big build up where you get the strongest guy on the team to do it. It's like might task difficulty 1.
It's just a little plant.
It's just a little
Just a little plant.
Just like
Just
picking
some
grass
grass.
out of the
Pulls
ground.
me into the ground.
Okay, so you're going to do the comms relay first?
Yes.
Great. So that's an intellect task with a difficulty of 2. Target roll 6.
I believe in you.
Yep. Just gonna roll. We got 16.
Hey, let's
Easy
go.
peasy. Comms are up and confirmed.
Roger, roger. Everybody hear me? I got this
Copy.
one up on the west side.
Excellent.
Splitting map data.
As you get that one situated, who is going to try and grab the little grass shoots?
Most likely it'll be me. I'll probably, after setting up, I'll probably do like a quick glance around to see if there's any within his immediate range.
Okay. Talia stands by next to you in case you ask for help or whatever, and you head over to where that little it's not quite a ravine, but it's like a little crack in the ground, like where some of the rocks have kind of been forced together and then the grass is poking out the middle of it. So you head down that way, and I need you to make a might roll. This is a defense task with a difficulty of 1. Target roll of 3.
You can do this.
What did
This is not
say?
to collect the sample.
No.
It's just
All right, I got an 11.
Okay, you feel mildly disoriented, but you power through it. It does not throw you off your game as you kind of enter the little gravitational bubble of influence of this plant. And now I need you to make a might task. It is unknown how hard it will be for you to pull this out of the ground.
I just want you to know
naturally-
on your HUD as you've entered the anomaly bubble, you just see like a little warning, like beep 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 beep.
Yeah, JAQLINE, everything to you is static.
You got
yeah.
muscles of iron.
Yep, I'm gonna definitely
Sensor-wise,
use muscles of
not-
iron.
it doesn't
That's
hurt
for
you.
sure.
Jackie, can you project like a little image of my fish gene on his HUD to give
Understood.
me confidence? This helps calm me down, Ronan. We're putting an image of my fish
There's
on
like
you.
a little 3D fish in your
this
HUD
is nice.
blowing at you, but you don't feel anything.
Can you use his interior fans and his EVA to give him
cooling
a little
fans?
glow? Yeah.
That would
I
be
require permission from Ronan. May I use your interior fans?
She's gonna.
Yeah, sure.
She's gonna. Sorry.
Yes, Jackie, you can use my fans.
Commencing fish
This helps
blow.
me out.
If you guys say so, I will take it.
Okay.
Okay, so Ronan's gonna use muscles of iron. So might-based actions are eased, as well as use some edge for this too.
There you go.
We're gonna use
Effort.
effort. We're gonna use
Great.
1 effort.
Okay.
So I have an edge of 1 there.
So you subtract
So I'm
1 point of
losing-
use.
Yes.
So you can, it only
I was-
costs 2.
Okay, so it is 13.
Yep.
Perfect. Well then, let's roll.
Do it.
The way.
I believe in you.
I'm gonna use the XP.
Yeah.
Reroll.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it
Uh-oh.
was fine.
That's probably good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, spaghetti go.
It's probably too good.
No.
That up. I'm gonna spend another XP.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
And after
Yes.
this one, I kind of can't.
Yep.
I'm waiting for you to say it's a difficulty 1 after spending
Like
3
that.
XP.
All right,
That's a little
we're
better.
gonna commit to that.
Okay.
10.
10. Okay, so that would be a success on a level 3 task. You added 3 or you eased it by 3 essentially with all your other stuff. So that's a success on a level 6 task. You grab some of and it's like big clunky, like, EVA suit gloves. So you almost have to like reach into the stone. And it's like, I'll pull the grass as well as the stones sort of a thing. And you rip. And at first, it pulls your feet off the ground from how strong it is. You kind of like anchor yourself a little bit differently. Maybe you jam your foot underneath a rock that's like held against the ground and you pull as hard as you can. And as you strain, you finally are able to like tear the grass off of there. And as you tear it, the gravitational anomaly that the grass is creating releases. And so when you pull it, that momentum stretches to all of the stones next to it. Boom! All these stones come loose and it's like a little fountain of stones around him. All your sensors begin working again as he like disconnects this section from the main vine. Boom! This fountain of stones comes up. Some of them bounce off of your visor and everything. You get a little chip in it, but nothing super dangerous at this time. And it kind of like the momentum pulls you backwards because you anchored your foot. You just like swing over and slam on your back onto the ground, holding this grass thing in your hand.
As I'm laying there, I'm gonna wait.
You see a little green check mark on your HUD. It's like, you have left the anomaly.
Fantastic. Talia, are you? Where are you at?
That was hilarious. I'm right
I'm
next
sure
to
it
you.
was.
Do you need
can,
a hand?
Can you grab the sample capsule from my from my side here?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and-
she takes the sample capsule and do the thing. She opens it for you to put in there. I need you to roll a depletion die for your sample capsule.
It is it's a D8. My 8's at. There's the 8.
Where are my 8s at?
I
Where
never,
my
I always,
eight's
I
at?
never
Where
pull
my
my dice
eight's at,
out. I
chat?
always keep them in until I need them.
Insane.
All right. Got a 6.
A 6. That is not a failure, so you do not deplete the sample capsule.
That's good.
You seal the capsule, and that is 1 sample collected.
There we go.
That is now
Go team.
on your person. And then you hear
Jackie, can you turn the fans up a little higher?
I told you it's helpful, right?
you
It's
hear
really
a little
nice.
like interface sound as Talia uploads the video of you falling over. She goes, for the research purposes, to understand the anomaly better.
Savage.
Jackie,
Tell
how
me.
much to delete this from all data?
JAQLINE does not have clearance. I'm on the security team. This is no
You gotta pay her.
Yes, I do not have clearance.
beep boop pop.
I'm going to,
Good thing there's no SpaceTok.
so technically,
Okay, I'm going to deploy light tower while we're talking about this, and she's gonna. Yeah.
I'm gonna do Ronan a solid. Since we aren't in direct communication with the ship unless we activate it, any data we cover is still here on Green 1.
Okay. If you have a look at your data sphere.
Oh no. Get in there.
So the data is traveling at the speed of data. It has made it to the transmit node.
Yes.
There is a level 6 countermeasure between the transmit node and the spirit of inquiry meant to prevent foreign code from getting in. It's an authenticator.
Sure.
You have like nanoseconds as the clearance code of Talia's code like authenticates before it transmits. You are probably not close enough to navigate there in nanoseconds, but you do have an instance with 3 points of intellect to spend that you can throw in that direction. So if you want, I'll let you essentially, this would be the dash action, right? So you cover 2 nodes in one jump. So you move from where you left it at the center of the research station, which like, right. Oh, okay. It's only one step. Easy. So you move 1 step. You don't even need to take the dash action. You move a short distance and you're taking an action. Your action is to try and thwart the data here, to intercept it, if you will.
I think it's going to be easier to, and I'm going to count, like, if you tell me this counts.
Sure.
I'm going to try to ease it by, instead of rejecting the data, just throw in some of that garbled noise I've been picking up for anomalies into it.
Let's just inject some random static and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I'll say you can do that. That will be an intellect or data task. And the difficulty will be, say 4. Target roll of 12.
All right. Well, I can only ease it by 1 using the level of effort.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay. And because of your edge, this will not fully deplete your instance, so it's not going to perish.
It only spends 1 intellect point for that.
Come on, JAQI.
I'm going to spend an XP.
Not 1. You were in danger of a GM intrusion.
Come on, no one's going to eat my burgers the same again.
I'm going to be honest. If I failed, it would have been fine. But failing with a nat 1, no.
Dun.
Hey, that's
I rolled a 6.
That's a 6.
You rolled a 6. It was a
4 down to a 3, which is a 9, which is not 6.
That is not 6.
But there is just random scarbled data interrupt. It doesn't hide what happened. It maybe just adds a little static to it.
Yeah, you add a little static in there.
Yeah.
And then it authenticates and disappears off into the distance.
Why'd you do that scary sound?
Because you failed.
Okay.
Yeah.
No consequences for the future.
Ronan's reputation has been ruined.
Right? What could go wrong?
Something's creeping up here.
Something tells me every time he
bad,
makes
man.
that particular effect whenever I fail is like, oh, this is a silent alarm you tripped that
I'm conditioning you all to be afraid of it. Okay, so Ronan, you've got that sample captured. Talia sets up the light tower. She is sufficient level to deploy it. So the light tower turns on and kind of as the solar power comes in, the light sort of glows and gets brighter and brighter until it's a pretty decent, a short range of light around the comms relay, and then a long range of dim light kind of reflecting and glowing off of things. So that's about 100 feet that she's covered with some light here. Shall we continue in clock shape, or shall we go straight back to look at the anomaly that Ronan found?
I've got a light tower on me. I thought I was going to put this one up, but
well, you could do it. We could just go to the next one down.
Yeah, let's do that, and then I guess go back to the anomaly.
Excellent.
And then check that.
I'm gonna go back to the ship to drop off the sample capsule and grab one more light tower, and then I will meet you guys there. I'll probably go to the nearest one that needs light, the nearest spot.
Okay.
Upload map
meet at the anomaly.
Meet at the anomaly.
Put that up. Sounds good.
Cool. So you part ways. Ronan, speed task.
Can I use fleet of foot?
just having a great time welding.
Yeah.
You'll probably be done by the time he gets there. So if you want to go with Ronan, you can.
Oh, I guess I don't really
finish
have to
the
do
cage. Or is
that's
that
what I'm saying. You'll probably be done with the cage and everything when Ronan gets there. So if you want, you can join.
Oh, so it was one roll for both tasks?
Astro. Next year.
While they're working that out.
Yeah.
JAQLINE. Well, JAQLINE, you're riding with Ronan.
I could move.
Will you?
It went far.
Sure.
Okay. You leave Ronan's armor EVA suit and you jump into Mark Putty's EVA suit.
Hello, Mark.
A little bunny avatar thing appears at like the bottom left of your HUD.
Hi, Jackie.
Great. So you begin traveling.
Yep.
Was this the west side you guys just did?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Mine was.
Talia did northwest last time with light. You just did west. So we're going to go southwest towards Ronan's caves. So you head southwest. And as you do, you enter an area where... how to describe?
Just going to preemptively
Dirt.
roll. I feel like something's going to...
Grass.
You're just preemptively rolling.
Just don't know what you're going to do.
You see a completely flat stretch of rock. Now, all of Green 1 has been many rocks clumped together. So it's very bumpy, lots of jagged edges. This is still rocks clumped together, but they are perfectly flat and smooth. For a pretty long distance. We're talking, maybe 300-400 feet of these rocks. Just basically, it looks like like if someone had drawn a bunch of jagged chalk lines, right? Like all the separations between the rocks are such that they have aligned perfectly with the upper surface of them to create this long kind of flat plane. And it is exceptionally bright. It's all the blue glowing light of EN Alpha 1, but in front of you, it's like 3 or 4 times as bright as the rest of the experience has been so far. Yes, Jackie.
Do I detect any anomalies?
Yeah, everything in front of you is staticky and distorted.
I just put on his HUD like a wall where it begins of just like warning symbols and like burp, 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 burp.
Yeah.
It's not warnings. It's just where you think the gravity has some kind of displacement or something is happening here.
Oh yeah, but considering
To me, this feels like this is exceptionally strong gravity that just flattened out an entire area. Is that crazy to assume, Jackie and Talia?
I mean, all I have to go off of is your visual monitor.
Yeah.
The rest of my sensors are unable to penetrate.
Talia, what do you think?
It's just light, but it also, like, the rocks being smooth is very unusual.
Very strange.
Throw a rock.
Does it look like is it like glowing kind of light or just extra
Well, it just looks
reflective?
extra bright. It's not, I don't think it's glowing. There's no light coming from the ground. It's just like...
Throw a rock for
brighter
science.
than normal.
I first of all, I'm probably going to use my scan for, I think, the first time.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to do that. I will delicately roll a rock across this surface,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Delicately roll
Alright.
a rock.
I delicately roll a rock.
Excellent. You...
Talking to the GM, not Talia.
I know, but I'm in the accent now. You roll a rock delicately.
Yep.
I roll.
Exponentially accelerates and eviscerates the ship.
I roll for your rock roll.
Okay.
He's on a roll.
I'm not very strong.
Did he get all
As
the
the
pins?
rock rolls away from you, onto when it crosses that sort of threshold, when it enters this flat area, it begins to distort in your view of it and like stretch weirdly the way that when you look through water at something, it stretches weirdly. And as it rolls away, the effect becomes first more magnified, and then as it gets further away, it sort of shrinks down and goes the other direction to where it looks really tiny compared to what size it should be. But it does come to rest in the middle of it. Nothing like zaps it or burns it or anything like that. It's just sitting there.
Something is bending the light like a lens.
Take an XP for figuring that out without any rolls on it. That was good. Jackie, as you update the HUD, you sort of make sense of the data, and you see a little arc appear marked gravitational lens. And the way that gravity is working in this area, it is magnified, like it's capturing more light than some of the other areas. And so you're getting this weird like visual shift of what you see, which means that you're not sure if the rocks inside are actually smooth or not. You were able to roll something across them, so they must not be as jagged as they've been elsewhere, but they might not be perfectly smooth and flat. That might be a trick of the perspective from where you're standing.
This feels like some scary black hole bullshit. I don't know.
I can put scary music on.
Go ahead. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't like us. We should put stuff on to scare us. I mean, I guess we have a general idea. Can I still do like a kind of basic scan of the area to see if that'll
Totally.
give me an idea? Yeah, I'll use 2 endpoints to do that.
And that scans, it's like a meter cube, right? Or a 10 meter cube?
10 foot cube.
10 foot
That's
cube.
That's
about a meter.
3 meter is what it says here.
3 meters, perfect.
Yep.
The contents of the cube as you scan it. I told you I'd put the scary music on. But it's going to be completely mundane, probably. The contents of the cube that you scan. First off, you do detect that there's a severe, gravitational anomaly happening here. Is the cube resting on the surface? Is it halfway down, or is it like ends at the surface?
I was gonna try and. I was trying to get it like partway in the ground and partway out, so I can kind of see if there's anything underneath the dirt, and then.
It's when you look underground that things get crazy.
I know. I know. Okay, I do that.
You see that underneath the ground.
There's a fucking worm or something.
No, you just detect a lot of plant matter. It's just a lot of plant matter. In fact, it looks like a root system, like the end of the sets of vines. Something really dense and tangled. And you can imply from that certainly the gravitational force it exerts is going to be much stronger than where you've seen just the little little shoots of grass or the star-patterned leaves of SGH. It's like it's going to be heavy here.
I didn't get an XP
It does
for calling
not
that one.
necessarily. It does not necessarily imply that it will be a deadly level of crushing force. You might be able to walk across it, and it'll just be hard. Who knows? The rock did not disintegrate when you rolled it there, so it wasn't strong enough to crush a pebble, or probably a middle-sized rock. I don't know what you rolled, but it wasn't that strong, but it is dense.
Talia, based off of your medical records, you have a great muscle and skeletal structure.
Thank you.
Yeah, why don't you go walk in there, Talia?
Would you like to try to collect data for me?
Certainly I can do.
What do you mean by that, Jackie? Are you just going to use her as a guinea pig? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
No, if I'm going out there, JAQLINE is riding with me.
Yes.
Da.
Okay.
I need direct data.
You guys just feel chill just walking in that? I feel like you'll get so sick.
I mean, it's going to be the easiest way to get across it, probably.
Is this across
It's not
open
about
communication,
easy.
or is this between them?
I think they're just, unless one of them opens like an actual comm link, it's just between like beam to beam for them.
I will have to use the suit's gravitational sensors because my own
Oh my god.
are being distorted.
Astro opens a call to you.
Hello.
Just rejected.
Hello, I finished hull repairs.
That's great.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay.
We're about to walk into an anomaly.
Yeah, there's a weird thing that I don't think is a good idea to walk into, but
Ronan,
we're
you're
gonna.
just arriving at the research station.
I'm just getting. What did they say they were going to walk into?
An anomaly.
It's like some sort of.
JAQLINE thinks it would be ideal for me to step into it to measure the gravitational disruption.
You should.
You know
tie
what?
a
I think
rope
that's a
to-
great idea, Talia. I think you should totally go.
Okay.
Go
You
ahead,
should-
Jackie.
You should tie a rope to yourself. That way, Mark can pull you out if something bad happens.
That makes sense. Do any of us have rope? I don't think I have rope.
I don't have rope.
No, I don't have a rope.
I can bring you rope if you want to wait.
Well, then we wouldn't be doing it.
We could use. Do any of you still have any cabling for the towers?
Certainly not on me. I don't think so. Well, I mean,
You
I
have the
guess I
light
do still
tower.
have a light tower, so I guess
Just let me bring
The
the
light
rope.
towers are solar
Are
powered.
any
They don't
of your
have a
suits
cable.
tethered?
it's
No, we're untethered
Let's
suits.
just use the tethering.
okay. We can wait for him to bring a rope. We could also. Does it look like we could just go around this thing?
It's pretty wide, but you could go around it.
Could go to.
We do have a mission objective of collecting
If
root
you want to
samples.
waltz in there and see, I would advise maybe we go around the edge of it and like test that.
We can wait for a rope, though.
We can also wait for a rope. And
It's your call.
It won't take long for me to get there.
I cannot make a judgment call in this situation.
It'll take like 20 minutes for you to
Yeah.
get there. Yeah.
It won't take that long.
Does somebody need to stay at the like the main, I guess, HQ though while we're doing this? Okay,
No.
cool. Okay, so then Ronan will probably come with Astro.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, Ronan's going for this.
You were
last
gonna go
light
to the
tower.
other one,
That's
right?
right. Yeah,
Ronan goes-
that's what Ronan's gonna do.
we
Yeah.
want a root sample, right?
You do.
We have one.
This is just kind of. Oh, we
We
do.
This
have-
isn't
we have the grass
necessarily.
sample.
You have grass.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You need grass, you need a 1/2 meter section of vine, and you need roots. So you have grass.
You have both the same.
This is
What's in there might be something that we need.
I don't know, maybe, but it's not the only one. For one thing, you know there's plant matter. You don't know for sure that it's roots.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
For another thing, this might not be the only place on the planet that there are roots. There might be a different place. You have no idea what's going to be easier or harder to do.
Let's wait for some rope, and then we'll just waltz into this scary distortion.
I think it will be fine.
I think it'll.
Astro's gonna bring rope. I'm on my way, guys. Just wait like 20 minutes.
We can wait. Excellent.
Can you continue throwing different matter into the anomaly so I may study it?
There's only rock here. What other matter would he throw?
That counts.
We'll jump over to Ronan then while this is happening. Ronan, you pick up the light tower and you head southeast is the next one. And from there, you can just go a little bit north to get to your eastern anomaly where the tornado was.
Yes.
So you head southeast.
Oh wait, so are they? They're at where I fell into the hole the first time.
They're southwest.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. So you go southeast. And as you go southeast, I'm going to need you to make an intellect defense roll with a difficulty of roll a d6 and add 1, Cleo. Roll a d6 and add 1.
7.
Difficulty 7. Intellect task. Target roll of 21.
You got this. You got this, buddy. You can
Okay.
do it. I believe in you.
Just a
So
straight up
difficulty
mind flip.
7.
Yes.
So what is that? What number?
This is an intellect defense roll. So you could just roll straight and not spend anything.
I'm gonna spend, I guess, 2 effort for this, or I can only spend 1, right?
If you're tier 1, you can only spend 1.
Okay, so 1 effort.
3 points
also
out of
have
the pool.
the edge, so we'll have that help that out.
Okay, so then it's only 2 points out of the pool.
That's still level 6.
Yeah. But you can roll that.
Yeah, I can. I'm just gonna.
Target roll of 18.
Yes, 13.
13. Ronan, you feel, or no, you don't feel it. You smell it. You smell like silicon smoke inside of your suit as you're walking. And then you realize, you glance down at the temperature indicator and you realize that you're in like super high temperature. The fans in your suit are working overtime to try and keep you at a survivable temperature, and it still feels hot to you as you are walking. There's no strong indication that you can detect of where this high temperature zone begins or ends. You aren't really sure about the cause of it. You are near an active comms relay, so you can connect to people if you need to. In fact, they're all up now, so everywhere on Green 1, you'll be able to comms. But you just see this like, zzz, temperature is up, the fans are whirring, you're starting to smell a little bit of smoke. Your EVA suit moves 1 step down the damage track, which you can actually mark on there. There's a little tracker for it
Which
on
one of you
the
has
note
the
card.
extra EVA that didn't need it?
I have.
Oh, or maybe we're missing one. You can put it on the last page of your character sheet is an items tracker. You can just add EVA suit really quick and then mark it as
I did want to
going down.
ask,
step
what do
down
these symbols mean on the damage
They're the
track?
damage track. So there's an object that is whole. There's an object that is damaged. There's an object that is critically broken, and there's an object that is destroyed.
Is that a tombstone for destroyed?
Yes. It can no longer be repaired in the destroy. So it works fine. It is -1 level, and there's some risk of it failing. It does not work, but could be repaired, and then it's destroyed forever. There's no way to fix or repair it.
Gotcha. So the
Those are
damage tracker, the first one would be intact, right? And then it goes to minor, then to major?
Essentially, right now, you have moved from fully functional to your EVA suit is 1 level lower. So it's only level 5 now, I think, as an
that
object
part.
level.
Okay.
And it's at greater risk of malfunction. So there are some percentile rolls that I will now be making when you enter challenging zones for your EVA suit. However, it seems to be maintaining, even if it's like really overworking the suit. It does seem to be maintaining to get you through here.
Yeah. How far away am I, you'd say?
You're maybe
from...
halfway to where you need to be, maybe 2/3.
Okay. He is going to communicate this. Ronan's going to flip on everything. Hey, guys, anybody listening up?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I'm having some issues with my EVA suit. It's getting very hot where I'm at. I have no indication of why that's happening, but I do need some advice. Do I push forward to get to this light suit, or do I wait and hold off on this light tower for the time being? Because
Jacqueline, do you want to try and transfer to Ronan's suit and see if you can analyze the surroundings?
Sure.
All right, Jackie, come on over then.
So it takes you for this and a negligible amount of time, but it's several nodes that you jump through to get to where you need to go until you appear. The little bunny hops up on the bottom of your UI for your HUD. Well, Jacqueline, the temperature readouts on this suit are pretty dang hot.
Wow, Ronan, you're hot.
105 degrees Fahrenheit internal to the suit. Outside of the suit, it's just over 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
I suggest you leave the area immediately.
Done. But he is gonna bring the light tower with him on the way out.
Okay.
He's not gonna just leave it there.
Sure. Do you want to do any other analysis?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and whoop whoop weep up.
I'm saying if it's intact, I probably have time to at least stare around for her to analyze. If it's not
I'm going to use sensor calibration.
Ooh, okay.
Takes a full action, and then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't find the source of the heat.
Totally.
I'm going to use a level of effort.
Okay.
I got a 5 on the die.
Excellent. You you think it's hot because there's not an ionosphere. Or, not an atmosphere. There's only an ionosphere. So there's nothing to filter incoming rays of things, right? There's nothing to dilute the amount of light. There's nothing to diffuse it so it's smooth light across the surface instead of just beams of directed energy coming from stars.
Right now.
The ionosphere will protect you from things like mild electromagnetic pulses, X-ray, gamma, but when it comes to infrared, UV, visible spectrum light, those things are just powering on through because there's nothing above this planet to disrupt them. And based on that, combined with the fact that there's some weird gravitational stuff, you may even be accelerating the rate of that light as it impacts the surface in certain areas.
I believe that you would require SPF 5 million.
Jackie, we're gonna get out of here. Do you need me to stick around for any reason so you can get a last second scan, or are we good?
I just believe this area would be dangerous for your health, and for your well-being, you should probably leave.
And that is exactly what I'm gonna do.
Great. You turning back, or are you going forwards to try and get to the other side?
No, I'm turning back.
Great. So it's only a few steps, and then you're out of the zone. And your suit it has a couple of warning lights for fans compromised mildly or whatever, but everything returns to normal. The temperature gets back to a nice
Once he
stable.
cools down, he will turn the fans off.
What temperature does Ronan keep his spacesuit at? What is his comfy temperature?
I feel like a nice crisp 70 degrees is a
balmy
right
70.
in between.
Sure.
But still a little toasty.
Okay.
The fish little HUD thing has been red in the face, blowing at you.
The fish
Finally gets a chance to calm down.
Yeah. Great. Astro, you arrive to where Talia and Mark are standing at the edge of this weird sort of bubble thing, with the flat looking rocks and stuff in front of them. Hello. You bring rope.
Yes, I brought rope.
Excellent. And she ties the rope around herself and hands.
Hello, Talia. I am back.
Hello, Jacqueline. How is Ronan? Did he live?
He is living.
Excellent. Okay, so who want to hold the rope? Excellent. Here you go, Astro. And Jacqueline, you want me to just walk into?
I would make sure to brace yourself for gravitational distortions, but yes.
Excellent. And you feel like she is kind of centering herself, or maybe hyping herself up the way she would for combat. She takes a couple of deep breaths. And you feel like maybe she's activated an ability of some kind. And she begins walking out into the anomaly. As soon as she steps over the threshold of it, Jacqueline, it's no longer static. It's just warped. like the lens that's being created. You know, everything is, it's like, it's almost like being inside of a prism, but it doesn't fully separate. So it's like if you've seen that like glitch or aberration where it's like the reds and the greens and the yellows are like overlaid strangely because all the different wavelengths are reacting differently to the lens, but they're not fully separated. So as you walk in, it's almost like being in a fever dream into this area. The ground is not fully smooth, but it is less jagged than elsewhere on the surface of the planet. And as she walks in, you feel the gravity on her suit quadruple. She has the muscle mass to navigate through this, but it slows her. But they're like slow, deliberate steps. She's in, Mark, you see as soon as she steps in, she like enters a combat stance, like low to the ground, arms for counterbalance, and she sort of like forces her way through the terrain as she's walking. How far do you want me to go? It's like controlled breathing, you know, very short sentences.
I think we should take one step at a time and pause and make sure we don't overexert yourself.
She pauses, crouches to the ground, and adds an arm to help brace herself. I'm okay. I can keep going.
All right, then we will take another step. I am logging the current data.
She does the same thing. She can do this indefinitely.
Okay.
So however far you want her to go, she can do this.
Well, we go through the entire thing then.
Okay, great. You cross the entire thing, which according to your visual data is 500 kilometers across, but according to the actual data of what she's just done is only like half a kilometer. You know, like your mapping data, the cartographic interface, it's only like half a kilo. It's just the weird like warping of everything. It looks much longer than it actually was. She gets to the other side, and right as the bubble ends and she like pops out, because she's bracing herself so hard, she actually like hops up in the air just a little bit and like, oh, I guess we're out of it.
Ding!
Her breathing like returns to normal.
We've made it.
Does the rope stretch across that far?
I guess so. It does now.
It's a long rope.
Dragging the whole way.
Yeah, I didn't think to make that an issue. So yeah, that totally, it reaches. It's a big old
lots
rope.
of
It's
rope.
all of your rope.
Yeah, it's all of our rope.
Yeah.
Tied together like knots. Yeah.
That was
all right.
crazy.
And the rope feels like it's being held at like full strain no matter how far in she is, because it's like the gravity pulling it down.
Talia, that was insane.
Oh, thank you.
You can just do that?
I guess so. I didn't know before I went, but like, yeah, it
But
worked
you're
out.
not like tired or anything? Or like,
I'm a little out of breath maybe, but no, it's okay.
We should navigate around the anomaly on the way back, but I have categorized and labeled all of the data we just went through to hopefully map out how much the gravitational anomaly bends things. And of course, since it is some sort of lensal sort of thing going on, I imagine it might be symmetrical. So let me analyze the data.
Excellent. As you are analyzing the data that you've already collected, you realize that if you look straight up, it's like a really huge telescope where you can see the paint on the side of the Spirit of Inquiry, like looking up through the bubble that it makes.
it's a cool Easter egg.
Oh, that is interesting. I find that you all might find this interesting. Here is visual log data from looking straight up while within the anomaly.
It's like a 360 video of her walking, and it slowly looks up, and you can see the writing on the Spirit of Inquiry. It's like super magnified.
That's pretty cool.
So she walks around the kind of circumference of this bubble, and you're able to sort of map exactly where it is, and that's all great. No other concerns or issues at this time.
Just to double check that, did the gravitational anomaly change as we went through, or was it 4 times gravity all the way through?
Pretty much the whole way through. Yeah. Okay. Maybe a mild like shift outwards, but for the most part, it's like stepping over a wall. It's like a bubble.
The good news is it doesn't appear to be any pockets of extreme distortion. The bad news is I do believe some of you will struggle in this kind of environment. It is 4 times Earth gravity. And we do have samples below ground according to Mark's analysis.
I was about to say, Talia, do you think there's any chance of you helping to dig one of those suckers up, or would that be a little bit too much?
I don't know if I could do that on top. I could try. I can certainly give it a go. Do we have any kind of... Well, no, let me just see if I can displace, because I don't want to bring a machine and it break, the mechanism.
Machine would break before you. That's great.
Well, I don't know about that. I just mean inside machines, usually there's, wires and things like connections could break or whatever. I'm sure that the machine is more resilient than I am. But why don't I give it a go?
Well,
sure.
Yes.
We could try digging down first from the outside of the anomaly and then dig in.
That's part of what I was thinking.
Oh, wait, no, then you would have issues of collapsing tunnel. We'd have to reinforce any kind of small tunnel we would make heavily.
Let me just see if I can
what you
pick
can
up
do.
rock and start there. Let's just start at that.
Yeah.
She enters the anomaly again. The gravitational crush, all that stuff appears. She reaches down and she kind of gets a firm grip on one of the like medium-sized rocks. So hypothetically, like outside of this anomaly, she should be able to lift it. And she kind of puts her back and her knees into it, if you will, and sort of tries to lift, and it moves maybe a half an inch, and then the edges of it break off in her hand, and the rock itself smacks back down to the surface, and she's just got the edges of it. And you feel the fingers of her suit have these little micro tears in them. And the suit has a little nano repair layer underneath that like keeps it sealed. But it's like, oh, this suit has moved one step down the object damage track. Like this is not to be repeated. And she, sees the warning light and goes, okay, so we've confirmed this is not the way to harvest these. And she lets go of the rocks and they boom slam back down to the surface of the thing. This is not the way to do it. No, this is not good.
No.
And she steps back out of the anomaly and looks down at her gloves. They are intact. They're just damaged a little bit.
So strong. How are you so strong?
I'd work out. I don't know. I made a career out of, kicking ass. Like, what do you want from me?
Mark blushes. My God, strong.
Want to hit
strong
the
guy.
weights, Mark?
I think I need to.
Mark just goes back and does nothing but hit the gym for the next 12 sessions.
Just discovered a new appreciation for Talia.
Well, I do believe this might cause a problem. This is something we'll probably have to wait for the research team in order to actually collect a sample
Perhaps
of the room.
Geologist Silvers will have something.
Indeed.
Da. Okay, so am I coming back to you all, or are you going around so we can put up the other light tower?
Oh,
We'll go around.
Ronan was unable to put down their light tower at the location they were at.
Okay, the southeast.
Yes.
Da. Well, we can continue around to get there.
Do please be careful. There is a heat anomaly.
But I meant, isn't Mark? Don't you have a
Yeah, I
light
still
tower to
need-
put
yeah.
like right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, I
we
can
can
put
do
that
that.
down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we should do
so
that.
I'll wait for you to come around and we'll do that, and then we can go back.
You're so strong.
Okay,
Mark is in his own little world. He's put up the thing. I just can't
we
believe
jump back to Ronan. You're out of the temperature fluctuation. What are you up to?
Okay, Ronan's. I'm gonna take the light tower back, I guess, to the H. I can't really do anything else with it, and that's the last one. I guess that would be
There's
the last.
3 more. So you will have done the entire eastern half. I'm sorry, western half, and then you still need to do northeast, east, and southeast.
I guess he's gonna continue. I think he's gonna go up to northeast then. now.
Okay, so you
he's
just go
gonna
the other
he's like,
direction.
He might as well just keep with the other two and and come back to that one last.
Totally.
Jackie,
Yes.
was the heat anomaly, was that like a specified zone that we could just walk around, or did it like
Potentially.
okay,
The rest of the area appears to be not 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
good to know.
At 451 is the temperature books would burn.
Thank you for
Fun
that.
fact.
Why specifically books?
Ronan, roll a percentile for me.
Oh no.
It's a D100 and a D10. So 100 is your 10 place.
Specifically, it's the temperature they would spontaneously combust.
Understand, but you could just say paper.
All right,
You roll close.
A burning book.
we're at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a fun fact.
6-1.
61. Ooh. As you are heading up this way, this is taking you away from the brighter side of EN Alpha 1. So it's sort of like moving to the darker side of the planet, if you will. And as you go up in this direction and the main light of the nebula goes away, you're left more in darkness, not pitch darkness, but like dusky blue. You suddenly see above you this vibrant fuchsia flare of aurora in the ionosphere. There's no atmosphere to diffuse it, so it's just straight solar radiation just diffusing across the ionosphere. It's just pretty. It's just this big, like wide, almost like tendrils, like rolling across of fog, rolling across an ocean. But it's just like this aurora, like spidering across the ionosphere. You can watch it sort of connect and move, almost like if you've ever poured water, like a little bit of water, and you watch how the droplets like connect and separate.
Yeah.
It's like that, watching it just spill across the sky above you.
This sounds nice then. I guess Ronan will he's gonna continue on, but he will constantly look back up at it just to kind of like
it's everywhere. It's like wide, you know. So as you're walking, it's just over top of you, kind of creating this like
must
background.
really like me today.
You make it where you're going with no incident.
Yay.
Done. And he's gonna go ahead and set up the
Intellect
light
task
tower.
difficulty 2.
Let's do it.
Target roll of 6.
Target roll of
6.
That's right.
Astro will walk back.
And that is a 9.
A 9. You succeed. Roll a d20 to make sure it does not deplete. Mark, you arrive where you're going with no further incident. And this is trivial for you. So you set it up, roll a d20 to make sure it does not deplete.
I got a 5.
You got a 5. It does not deplete.
5.
Does not deplete. Those light towers successfully connected. And then, Ronan, where are you going?
I'm gonna go now and meet up with the rest of them because we all now know, there's only one light tower that needs to go, but we need to
It's
figure
like
out
the
that
temperature area. And if they're going to go around like the surface of a clock, they might miss it entirely, right? Like they might just get there and bypass it.
then in that case, maybe I think Ronan is
just
gonna
wait for us.
take the light tower to them and meet up with them because this one's these are a little bit lighter than the comms relay, maybe, right? Or is it
They're about the same size.
Okay, maybe he does go back to HQ and kind of wait. Hey squad, I'm gonna sit here at HQ. Whenever you're done and ready, I'll meet up with you guys and we can figure out this final light tower.
Sounds good.
Perhaps we should meet up
Perfect.
and reevaluate.
Should we just go back now? We're already.
I think that, I don't have any more light towers to put up unless we can find
Yeah,
a
we need
sample
to
on
pick
the
up
way,
another
but-
tower anyway.
have to
So
go
yeah,
get the last
let's
Yeah,
go
we'll be
back.
back.
Because if we keep going to the south, we hit that crater where the cave was, then Ronan
Yeah.
fell in, and that doesn't seem safe. We should probably do that as a full team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So you all head back to base as well, and you can meet up with Ronan. Are you gonna then basically just go like around, like east, and then down to the southeast
would
point
think.
instead?
Yeah.
Great.
Try and go around.
You do not encounter any temperature fluctuations that you measure, JAQI. So whatever that zone is, it's short enough that it doesn't stretch out here. This is 3 kilometers away from the research station because it's a 6 kilometer circle that we're working with. As you do, you pass underneath some of those like floating islands held up by stretches of vine and stuff like that. You maneuver to where it needs to go. You get the tower activated. All of that gets situated. So now we need to decide whether we're going to go east to the tornado anomaly or south. We've got Ronan's cave that you want to explore.
I'd say we just
Let's
look at
figure
that.
out the tornado.
Yeah, let's just take a peek. Go take a quick scan, see
Sounds
what's going
great.
on.
Make sure it hasn't
Maybe
moved.
Italia walks right in it.
Cool.
This is perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
And we'll
like-
find out what you see in the next episode of the Winged Badger Tavern.
There we go.
Heyo.
Ayo.
Hey,
All right, let's take a break.
All right, bye.
Bye.